let's talk about Skeleton Crew, episodes 7 and 8, the finale. So Alex and I are going to give our thoughts and just an overall view of the episodes and of the show as a whole without any spoilers, and then we will give a spoiler warning before we get into any specifics. So Alex, do you want to go ahead and get us started with Skeleton Crew, episodes 7 and 8?
Yeah, overall, I really liked it. Like, it was consistent compared to the other episodes. Yeah, I thought it ended good. I really enjoyed it. Episode 7, oh man, I'm trying to remember episode 7 because it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since that one.
If I remember correctly, that was good. I think I gave that one a 7. I've written down.
Okay.
I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. A decent setup for the end. I thought the visuals looked really cool. You know, with the planet and stuff and the fog and all that stuff. So like special effects, great. Acting has been the same. Yeah, I thought it was solid. And then episode 8, I thought it was a great finale. You know, kind of a big grand finale. Nothing crazy happened, but that's kind of the theme of the show, in my opinion, is It doesn't need to be crazy shock value or all this craziness as far as story wise. It played it safe, but like I thought it was great. It was big, actiony, fun. It's kind of what I expected the finale to be in this. Yeah, and I gave episode 8 an 8. I was debating between 8 and a 9. Honestly, you could give it a 9 if you look at it in the sense of like for this show, like not in context with other shows, but like if you were to rate it on how the rest of the show has been, I thought episode 8 was great. But I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I feel pretty similar. For episode 7, I liked the episode a lot. I thought it was a good episode where the tone kind of shifted to a little bit more serious and dark, which was kind of surprising for a show with like kids. I thought they went farther than I thought they would. And I thought the performance by Jude Law was really good, and him working with the kid actors and, you know, just the way he portrayed his character was great.
Yeah.
Like you said, the visuals were solid in this one and in episode 8. They both had really cool visuals, good CGI. I thought the mystery was good in episode 7. You know, we were given a little bit more and then still had stuff to speculate on. The episode definitely felt short, but not really in a bad way. Like they had to rush it. It didn't feel like they were rushing through anything. It just felt like, I don't know, it was a Disney show, so they like doing the 30-minute episodes.
What we've come to expect, pretty much.
Yeah, so I gave episode 7 an 8 because I thought I really liked the shift in tone, and I thought it was a really good setup. And then episode 8, I was also between an 8 and a 9. I think I'm going to give it an 8. I think it was definitely better than 7. Being a finale, it should be, because it's like wrapping stuff up. But yeah, I thought it was really solid. This whole season has been really solid and consistent.
Yeah.
It's been a very enjoyable show. It has totally exceeded my expectations. Episode 8 definitely had the best action and really good like spectacles to look at. The only thing that holds it back from a 9 for me is if we could just get like one more episode or a little bit longer of an episode and see I wanted a little bit more for some things, but like more backstory and stuff would have been cool. But still, even without that, it was a really fun adventure. I feel like it ended well, and they could do a few different things with the ending, but overall it left me very satisfied. And yeah, so I'm going to give that one an 8. So an 8 for both episodes.
Okay. Yeah, and I think like you said, I think it's more so like just Disney. It's just being a Disney show. Like I wouldn't even fault it on the writers. I think it just being on Disney makes it kind of shorter in the sense of episodes and extending certain scenes, and it's just all freaking Disney shows are like that.
What they were given, the amount of time they were given, they killed it. I thought this was an amazing show that came out of nowhere.
It was great. Like honestly, like if I had to rank this around the Star Wars shows, I mean, I think Mando season 1 and 2 and Andor are better, but after that, you could argue that this is the most enjoyable in the sense of like no disappointment or anything or expectations.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I mean, I loved Ahsoka, I loved Obi-Wan and all that. Well, I don't know if I loved Obi-Wan, but I liked Obi-Wan more than a lot of people did. But this is just no ties, you know? It was just its own kind of story.
Yep, very contained.
Yeah.
Cool little nods here or there, but it didn't like have a whole bunch of stuff weighing it down. So it kind of it was just fun, man. It was just a fun adventure.
Yeah, exactly. It was just a fun adventure. My kids freaking loved it too.
Nice, good.
They were obsessed with this. This is one of the few Star Wars shows that they like will legitly sat down the whole time and like eyes glued to the screen.
Nice. Have they been asking to watch more of it?
They have. I'm like, guys, it's the finale. It's the last episode. They're like, the last episode? Why? It's just because it is.
That's funny.
But yeah, I enjoyed it, and Jude Law was great in the show. I mean, I feel like he was kind of I'm sure the kids were good too, but like whenever Jude Law was on screen, you know, you could tell he was kind of the anchor
For sure.
of the acting. And I thought he did great. Even, you know, there's a scene in the last episode where just his facial expressions and you're wondering like, man, is he good or is he bad? You still don't really kind of know.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get into spoilers, but
Yeah,
I
agree.
thought he did great.
He did great. He was the perfect casting for this. I thought he did amazing.
Yeah, that last episode was just fun, dude. Like I was watching it with my kids and it was just so fun.
One
Like,
thing
it
that I
just felt
liked
fun.
about that episode is it felt like everybody had their moment to shine. Like it didn't just focus on one person, and that's not that easy
That's
with
true.
as many characters. Like with all the kids, even the parents, Jod, SM33, all of them kind of had their moment to shine.
That's
so
true.
I
There
thought
was
they
a
did a good
moment
job with that.
everyone had.
Yeah.
So we're singing all this praise, and it's good. But I mean, if you didn't like the first, like if this isn't your kind of show, then you're not gonna like it. You know,
Sure.
like it's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to like that Goonie style show. Otherwise, you're probably gonna think it's cheesy and dumb with kids and stuff. Like you have to be in
And
the
also-
right mindset.
Also, if you're looking for something that's gonna like shake up the Star Wars universe, this is not that either. Like it's its
No,
own
it's like the
contained
safest
thing.
one like,
Yeah.
out of all, which I like.
Yeah, it worked for this show. But if you're expecting that, you're not gonna be as happy, I don't think.
No, yeah, if you're expecting some grand, like, oh, this is crazy, this connects to this and that
Yeah.
and this or that, or if you're expecting like kind of like a nuanced, like
Andor style.
heavy, Andor style, heavy dialogue, like this isn't it. If you're expecting like action, like lightsabers and Ahsoka and stuff, this isn't it. It's its own contained Goonie style thing, and if you're not into that, you probably won't like it.
Yeah.
But we are into that, so
Yep. I loved
it was
it.
good.
Don't get me wrong. I love that
yeah.
other stuff too. I love lightsabers and stuff. But
Oh,
man,
of course,
a good story in the Star Wars universe is always appreciated. I love it.
Yeah, this is just refreshing. I mean, we've kind of been like, look at like Acolyte and all this other stuff. Like I don't know. This is just refreshing. And I think that's why maybe this just came out at the right and the wrong time. The right time in the sense of it feels fresh for the people who watched it, and the wrong time, whereas I think a lot of people didn't watch it because of how the state of Star Wars is.
Yeah, I saw it had really bad views the first few episodes. So hopefully it picked up in views, and I hope we get more of it or something else along these lines. Yeah.
Hopefully. I don't know though. I feel like the Star Wars is I mean, of course we watch them, but I feel like the mass majority they're starting to decline, man.
Yeah.
In views and interest, and
They just need to put out a good movie again.
sad.
Dang it.
Anyways,
All right, let's get into
I guess we can get to spoilers.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert for Skeleton Crew. The whole season, we're going to be talking mostly about episodes 7 and 8, but we may be talking about just the season as a whole, too. So, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. If you like fun, Goonies-style movies, it's a really good show. I really liked how in episode 7 they did not shy away from Jod just being not nice to the kids. That was I didn't expect that much of a turn to just. It felt like he was trying to not care about the kids. I don't know if he ever actually got there. It still kind of seemed like he kind of cared about them getting hurt, but like he wanted to just go full bad guy. I felt like
like Jude Law did so good because you're right. Like there's scenes like especially in the last episode where he's kind of at the end where he's kind of just looking out. Like I don't know. Like he wants, like you said, he wants to not harm the kids, but at the same time, I think he probably would if he had to, obviously.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't want to. Like he cares. I don't know. I thought that was a very good, interesting character.
And I thought the moment it happened was really interesting too, because it started a little before it, but the thing that really I felt pushed him over the edge was seeing that message from the kid's parents. Because even after that, he says like, "Oh, I got to see all your loving parents, and you grew up in a nice, loving home," and you could tell that he didn't have that, and he was almost like jealous, and so that really pissed him off. And I thought that was a really good moment for him to kind of go more unhinged.
This is set between episode 3 and 4, right?
They called in the New Republic, so it's 9 ABY, so it's after the Battle of Yavin. It's after episode 6.
Oh, okay.
Because they call in the New Republic, so it's like in between 6 and 7.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So still though, he's still talking about the Jedi.
Order 66.
Like, there's no Jedi anymore, and
the supervisor
I guess
got
everyone.
the message of Order 66, which is interesting.
I guess there's not too much. To be honest, there's not too much spoilers. I mean, it kind of ended. It's the end of the adventure, you know.
Yeah. So to get back home,
what else is there to?
What did you think about? Did you have any thoughts on what the supervisor was going to be, and how did you feel about the supervisor?
I didn't think it's gonna be like a computer, but I find it interesting. I didn't expect it to be a computer at all. But when I saw it, I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Actually.
Yeah, especially with how their society is ordered, it's very like rigid and like a computer would run it. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I liked how the supervisor just did not believe Jod at all. He's like, oh, that's interesting because the Jedi are bad according to Order 66.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's like, so which one are you lying about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that whole scene was good. Like you kind of said, each kid had something to do, which was good.
I liked how they had Neil find that turret, which he found out about on the other planet. That was a good tie back. KB on the ship makes sense, and making SM-33 work.
She did not like when they saw her crane crash. There's like no explosion, and they're all being dramatic. Like, guys,
yeah,
come on down.
I didn't believe she died for a second, but
I mean, at least show a little explosion or something. Like
there's like a puff of like mist or something as the ship went through. That was it. Yeah,
that was my one complaint in the episode. Was that was so cheesy because it's like there was it was so dramatic for like nothing. I know, I get, because I mean, they think they saw him crash. I get it, but it just looked funny.
Yeah.
That's just a little nitpick. But
one of the characters I didn't really like at first, definitely had a little bit of a comeback in this one, was Wim's dad. Him being like, come on, son, I'm a level 7 systems coordinator. And like,
yeah,
that was, and him like sneaking in. That was pretty good too.
Him kind of riding those mopeds or whatever with them, getting all excited. Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah. The one thing I wished we saw more of, and I still liked it, like hearing Jod talk about how he learned to use the Force was cool. Like how he learned it from a Jedi who was on the run in Order 66. So he learned a little bit, but then they caught the Jedi. That I want to see that at some point, maybe in a different show, or I don't know, but that would be cool to see.
I mean, Jod didn't necessarily die, right? So.
Right. True. He could be brought back.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I feel like a second season could be about, is like later on the kids grow up a little bit more and they're in some other misadventure and they have to go to Jod and they have to kind of make up or be
that's true.
A kind of like team again, but hesitant because he betrayed them. So that could happen.
They could even tie it. Yeah, they could even tie it to, like the New Order or whatever. And like maybe they found a planet and maybe get, what's his face? Kylo Ren. Just kidding. Yeah, you could tie it into like that though, and like you said, maybe they have to use Jod's help or wittiness. That could be interesting. But honestly, is it gonna happen? Because I
don't know.
They didn't get that good reviews, or not good reviews. That many views, I should say.
Yeah. Who knows? The last thing I really have about this is in episode 8. I really liked seeing that pirate ship like low altitude flying over the city. That looked so like, it really puts into scale the size of those ships, and it looked pretty scary, like it flying low and how much bigger it is than everything, and then seeing the fight between that and the X-Wings and B-Wings. Oh, it was so cool seeing the B-Wing use the lasers, which I don't know if you played like Rogue Squadron, but it had that in it.
Yeah,
I think.
I did.
And, oh yeah, that was cool seeing.
Yeah, that the visuals is the main thing I was gonna say. It just looked cool. Like maybe it looked so cool because it, like, that planet, it kind of looked like like our planet. People walking their dogs, so like just seeing the scale like that just a really
nice
cool.
Peaceful little town, and then just these pirates come in and start screwing everything up. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
and it was like right away too.
Yep. Jod killing Brutus in episode 7, that was one thing I had in my notes. That was pretty brutal, pardon my pun, but he did not care. He just shot him while he was in that crane.
Oh, not even. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
All right. I think that was all I had for that.
Yep. Yeah, I'm good with that.